I'm sure many have heard the news by now, but the Icelandic volcano that we've been hearing about for weeks has finally erupted on Monday night near the small fishing town of Grindavik, Iceland. The Icelandic Coast Guard has released photos and videos of the eruption, as you can see here on your screen. Now, this volcano may not look like your average volcano, and that's because what you're seeing is actually called a fissure volcano. Since this is a weather forecasting YouTube channel, many of you may be asking if this will impact the weather, climate, or air travel over the European continent over the coming weeks. I'm not an expert on volcanoes, but I have learned that fissure volcanoes like the one in Iceland naturally do not produce large explosions or eject ash into the atmosphere, which is a misconception that some may have. So the simple answer would be no, we do not expect impacts to weather, climate, or air travel from this volcano. Even still, make sure you do stay updated on the latest news and information from the local authorities if you are in Iceland, since this situation is developing and constantly changing. We're going to be taking a more detailed look at the entire European continent, as well as a powerful storm which will soon be arriving. I have all the details here, so let's begin. First and foremost, this is the current satellite imagery over Europe. The first of many winter storms is now making landfall over Norway. You can see that well-defined center of low pressure right off the coast, and we also see a frontal boundary extending from the Atlantic basin into Central Europe. This will bring widespread rainfall and even some mountain snow as it advances inland today. And then looking towards the Mediterranean into Iberia, relatively calm conditions are currently being observed, with the exception being a cut-off low pressure system over northern Africa. Now for your day-to-day forecast, we're starting over Iberia on Tuesday, December 19th. We have relatively calm conditions in terms of weather for Portugal and Spain. Then a weaker cold front will drop down over Spain and Portugal starting later today and continuing into tomorrow, spreading some isolated rain showers to some places. Most areas will dry out quickly, but we may still see lingering rain showers over northern Spain by the 21st, before finally clearing out by the 22nd and the 23rd. Now shifting our attention towards the Mediterranean and the Adriatic Sea, most areas will be pretty dry for Tuesday, but then you'll start to notice that low pressure area from northern Africa start to drift towards Greece, and this will eventually start impacting that area by Wednesday afternoon into the nighttime hours, and then by Thursday, Turkey will start seeing heavy rainfall and thunderstorms from this. As a new major storm system moves into Europe, an associated cold front will reach the Balkans and Mediterranean by Friday, leading to more heavy rainfall and thunderstorms, as well as heavy snow in the mountain areas of Turkey. Heading into northwestern Europe, we can of course expect cloudy, cool, and wet weather as the cold front moves in. Then by Wednesday, the first wave of rainfall from a weak low pressure area will push into the British Isles and North Sea, and then overnight Wednesday into Thursday, we see a much stronger low pressure area make a close call with Scotland. Heavy snowfall will break out across Norway on Thursday as heavy rainfall and strong winds spread across Central Europe. For northeastern areas of Europe, we can expect light snow and rainfall to arrive as early as today, with weaker storm systems moving in before the major storm arrives. Then on Thursday, we see snow develop over southern Norway and Sweden, and then as the low pressure area moves in on Friday into Saturday, the snow will spread across Finland, the Baltic countries, and then western Russia. These are the expected precipitation totals for Tuesday into Saturday of this week. We see some of the hardest hit areas being Germany, Poland, Western Scotland, Western Norway, and the Benelux as multiple low pressure areas move in, and then Northern Africa into parts of Greece and Turkey look to receive very heavy precipitation as well as that slow moving system moves in. Snowfall will be pretty heavy over the Nordic and Baltic countries over the next 5 days, while Western Europe sees very little snowfall due to warmer temperatures, although some exceptions will be the Scottish hills and the Pyrenees mountains. The Alps will see pretty significant snowfall in this time frame as multiple storms move in, and the mountainous terrain in the Balkan countries and to Turkey will see heavy snow as well. So now that we know what to expect region by region across Europe, I wanted to take some time to look at the alerts in place for that significant storm coming in on Thursday. Yellow warnings have been issued for parts of the United Kingdom in anticipation of strong winds, and the same goes for coastal areas of the Netherlands, Poland, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. And interior portions of Norway, Sweden, and Finland have snow and wind alerts as multiple snowstorms are in the forecast. On Tuesday, December 19th, strong winds are possible in yellow areas with the worst winds in the orange. The orange shade is over parts of Sweden into Finland, but that's associated with a storm that's already moving through. For tomorrow, winds will pick up over the British Isles with strong winds over parts of Central Europe and places like Germany and Poland, while the Iberian Peninsula sees an increase in winds with that passing cold front. Then, as the storm arrives on Thursday, we see widespread significant winds move in. Those orange shades are now encompassing parts of the British Isles into the Benelux, Germany, Denmark, Poland, and Czechia. The winds shift further south and east on Friday as the storm continues moving inland, and then by Saturday, we see the strongest winds especially over mountainous areas, with gusty winds continuing in the yellow shades. That's going to be all for this forecast. Remember, this forecast covered the weather I'm expecting between today and Saturday, but there's much more still on the way as we start next week. Make sure you do stay tuned for additional updates here on this channel, and with that said, thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.